Right. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Spainey. Week 25, I want to say. Week 25 is what I'm about to recap. Just at the airport with Rebecca behind the camera right now, on our way to Cape Town. So while we get through the process of getting onto the plane and stuff like that, I'll tell you about this week. Annoyingly, spoiler alert, I missed my 34k long run on Sunday, Mothering Sunday, thanks to the one behind the camera. I'm joking, it's not her fault. We have to get a train. I do not remember all of this.
But they're always expanding this airport.
Trying to get to our gate, just realizing we need to get on a train, on a transit. Huh?
The plane is boarding. Oh look, this is Abuja.
B38.
B35.
No, it's B38. Next transit is this side. It's there. Oh, sugar. So we managed to find our gate, B38, on our way to Cape Town. Should be a good one. So got a few runs this week in Cape Town, which should be a bit of hot weather climate training or whatever. But that's besides the point. But guys, obviously doing this all to raise money for charity, the Sickle Cell Society. So on the screen will be a QR code that you can scan that will take you to the donation page. Alternatively, the first link in the description will also take you there as well. So obviously raising money for the Sickle Cell Society. Any amount that can be donated will be greatly appreciated and greatly welcomed. But let's get to the gate and then I will start telling you about the week's training. All right, so we're at the gate and so just waiting to board this flight. So I just thought I'd quickly tell you about this 9K on Wednesday morning that I did. It wasn't Tuesday, it was Wednesday in the end actually. So yeah, 9K, ended up doing it in 1 hour, 1 minute and 51 seconds for an average pace of 6:52 per kilometer, average heart rate of 144. So heart rate wise, definitely kept it easy, which is good. But guys, I'll tell you, physically, it felt anything but. I can't lie to you. 2K into the run, I had to stop and just make sure my knees were right because I felt like I was still feeling them from Sunday's long run. So on that run, I went down quite a long hill and I hate running downhill, guys. Like, I much prefer running uphill, and the reason for that is because my knees were in bits afterwards. I feel like, yeah, it was just peak, and I definitely felt like I was still feeling the effects of that on Wednesday morning. So yeah, I had to stop and just make sure my knees were actually up for the run and that I could actually physically get through it. Assessed myself quickly and said, you know what, I'm going to crack on, carry on with the run. Did so. And then, yeah, my legs they were just done for by the end of it. So while cardiovascularly, it was an easy run. It definitely felt anything but physically. I feel like this training is just the wear and tear of this training on my body is just really starting to creep up on me. And yeah, honestly, I'm just starting to feel it, guys. But managed to get through, as I say, managed to get it done. And yeah, it's all about just clocking in the mileage. But one thing I will say, I cannot wait for the 27th of April when this is done, guys. Oh my days. So after 11 hours in the air, we are finally almost touching down in Cape Town. So just thought I'll quickly run you through my 11K run on Thursday morning. So it would have been a day after my 9K run. So in short, this was what would have been a steady run earlier on in the training block, but I started incorporating marathon pace segments into the runs. And so this one was a 2K warm-up at easy pace. It was a 4K at marathon pace and then a 5K kind of recovery at easy pace again to finish. So all in all, did it in 1 hour, 9 minutes and 34 seconds for an average pace of 6:19 per kilometer, average heart rate 150, which actually would have been increased slightly because in my marathon pace segment, I was definitely in a place where there was a pretty steep hill. I did a loop twice basically of like around this park where there's a pretty steep hill, which wasn't fun, but no, it was nice to get that segment done. So to give you an idea, for that marathon pace segment, I actually ended up doing it at 5:30 per kilometer, which obviously slightly faster than I would have liked. Obviously marathon pace for me is 5:40. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones where I finally worked out how to kind of do segments on my watch. So you can set it, so you've got 2K, I guess at a target pace. Or for me, obviously easy pace is anywhere between 6:30 and 7:10. And then obviously marathon pace being 5:40. So I set it to exactly 5:40, which was a bit of a nightmare because it just kept buzzing at me, telling me I'm either above or under pace, which was ever so slightly annoying. So I think next time what I'll try and do is just make it like maybe 5:35 to 5:45, or maybe even like 5:30 to 5:50, just so that there's a little bit more wiggle room. Because to try and maintain throughout the whole run 5:40 at every single step is a little bit unrealistic. And as long as kind of like the kilometer is done at that pace, right, I think that's the main thing that matters. So I'm gonna play about with that next time. But yeah, I feel like I've just actually bought a whole new device, finally being able to realizing that I could do that with the Apple Watch and change because before it was average pace and rolling kilometer. I finally changed that to current pace, which I really did not know you could do. So yeah, all in all, felt good with that one, and yeah, happy with that. But one thing I will say is marathon pace, obviously kept it for 4K on this run, keeping it for 5 or 6K I think on my next one. I think the reality of maintaining that for 42 kilometers is slightly unrealistic, but anyway, I'm getting to a point where it's just like, okay, the new goal is to finish. Forget the time, forget the sub 4 hour target. The new goal is to finish, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, just about to land in SA, and yeah, we'll chat to you about the rest of the week from there. So touchdown, South Africa. Just about to go to, what's it called? Passport control and go through all of that. But in the meantime, while we're on this walk, let me very quickly tell you about my 5K recovery run on Saturday. So this is the second time, actually, ladies and gentlemen, that I've had a partner for my run. I took my little man out with me, pushed him along in the buggy, and we did a nice little 5K slow recovery run, which was pretty cool. I'll tell you one thing though, that boy kept me absolutely honest in terms of pacing, because obviously with recovery runs, it's obviously slower than an easy pace, and the easy pace is conversational, right? That guy would not stop yapping throughout the whole run. It was very cute, very sweet, but I had to make sure, okay, this definitely means I need to be going at a slow pace, because as you know, sometimes I can get a bit ahead of myself and run a lot faster than I'm supposed to. But anyway, it is what it is. What was the other point I was going to make? So yeah, I did it in like 36 minutes. But anyway, as you know, it's a recovery run, so not too fussed about, try not to trip, not too fussed about all of that. But yeah, all good otherwise, all good. At the hotel, as you can see, some pretty stunning scenery. Yeah, this is very nice, and the view from the room is one of the best I've had. So yeah, can't complain. But guys, that's the week, to be honest with you. Didn't get out and do the 34K as I kind of touched on at the start of the video. Main reason was, I can't lie to you, timing. I need to be planning these long runs a lot better than I have been in recent times, especially like with the 26 to 28 and the 32 this week. And I said 34 at the start of the video, I meant 32. I've got 34 to do while I'm out here. But yeah, I woke up quite early, because I wake up early anyway. So I woke up at like 5 o'clock, I think it was. I ate breakfast, and then it was a thing where the Chinese Grand Prix was on, annoying timing. No, actually, I woke up at 6. I remember waking up at 6 thinking, yeah, now would be a brilliant time to actually get out, because the sun was rising a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? But then obviously the Chinese Grand Prix, I decided to watch that. That went on until about 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock came, I started to get ready, and then I can't remember why, but I had to wait for something. Then I was just faffing around for a bit, couldn't find my stuff that I wanted to wear because I didn't prep them from the night before. Anyway, a whole bunch of excuses. So then I was like, all right, cool, I'll go out tonight, because obviously I then started to get hungry, I had to eat. And then we had dinner for 5 o'clock because it was Mothering Sunday. And then I said, you know what? I'll go out, we'll go out for dinner, we'll come back, chill, and then I'll go out and run from 9 p.m, right? But it was my night to put little man to bed, because I put him to bed on Sunday nights, and I always fall asleep when I do that. So yeah, that was me for the day. So unfortunately didn't get my 32k long run done, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit annoyed about, but is what it is. But yeah, highlight of the week. I know I think I kind of rushed it just now, but in the clip when I was going down the escalator. But yeah, no, I went out, took Gabriel out, my son, he's going to be 3 next month, but took him out on the run with me, which was which was good fun. But one thing I didn't factor in was that obviously pushing 20 kg worth of mass around with me would would obviously make a difference to I guess the relative impact of the run, right? Because it definitely felt a bit harder than it should have. My heart rate was higher than it should be for a 7. I think my average pace was 7:10 per kilometer. My heart rate was in like the high 140s, I think. I mean, usually it should be like 130s. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, didn't factor that in, but it is what it is. Still had fun nonetheless, and he was a great companion. And yeah, it's just the second run I've got out with somebody in this whole training plan. So yeah, I need to start doing it a bit more. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this week then. Week 25 in the bag. Obviously, week 26 has started. Yeah, for the most part, obviously, I'll be out here in South Africa for most of this week. So looking forward to finding some new routes and exploring the scenery around here on foot. But yeah, as always, guys, obviously doing it to raise money for charity. So please, on the screen, you will find a QR code that will take you to the donation page, or down in the description below, the first link will also take you to the donation page. So please, any amount that you can donate to help me reach my goal will be greatly appreciated and greatly welcome. But for now, I'll leave it there for now, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.